this skirt is clearly way too big, so in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to take it in and make it fit perfect. So as you can see, this skirt does not have a waistband on the outside. It's got that facing piece on the inside to add stability and finish the top edge. So if you've got a skirt like this, I'm going to show you how to take it in. So when you're tailoring something to yourself, a great idea, put on a really tight t-shirt or a bodysuit and pull up the skirt where it is supposed to be and then pin it at the center. So that way we can keep everything nice and balanced. Now this design is high-waisted, so that's why I am pulling it up a bit high. So once you have your skirt pinned at center to keep it balanced, we want to figure out how much extra we have to take in. So for this design, I'm going to pull it out to the side and I'm going to be pinning at the side seam. And I'm not going to put just one pin in it, but anywhere I need to take it in. So I need to take it in beyond the waist. So we're going to go a bit lower. So I'm going to keep pinning into the hips here. And I don't want to make it super tight, but I want it to be more fitted than it is now. So I've pinned all the way down the side, blending out towards the bottom. Now I stopped pinning here and blended out, so I'm not going to have to mess with the hem of my skirt. But you could have stopped halfway down. You could take this in all the way through the hem. It really depends on your skirt and how you want it to fit and the shape of your skirt to start with. And this one's a fairly tailored fitted skirt. Now I'm going to pin up the other side the exact same way. And then next, we're going to get into working with the facing. And these details really matter because it's going to be the difference between it looking like a professional tailor did it or, you know, somebody else did it who didn't know what they were doing. But you are going to make it look like a professional tailor did it. Now that both sides are pinned up, it's time to get to the work table. Real quick, before we continue, if you're enjoying Sewing Anastasia, make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel a lot. And if you'd like to learn more about sewing, make sure you check out the online and in-person courses. There's links down below. Now let's get back to our skirt. Now that I have the skirt off the dress form, it's time to mark where the pins are. So grab some chalk. My skirt's inside out and we're going to mark where the pins are. Because you can't see the pins, you just pull the seam and you're going to see where the fabric's held together. And you're going to mark with your chalk on both sides of that pin. Because later when we go and remove all the pins, you're going to end up with these marks. So that way you know exactly how much you need to take in. So I'm going to go ahead and mark all of these spots. Once you have one side marked, do the same thing to the other side. Now that the other side's marked, it's time to flip it right side out. Now that it's right side out, we're going to remove the pins. And we can remove them because we've already marked on the inside right where the pins were. So I've turned my skirt inside out and you can see where the pins were where I chalked it. Now I had yellow chalk, I put some white over it because the yellow was really hard to see on the camera. Now before we start working with those chalk marks, let's get into the facing. So the facing again is this little piece of fabric that's up here. It finishes the edge. Now you're always going to find a little understitch on the facing, which means there's a little edge stitch that's on the facing piece, but it does not go through to the outside of the skirt. So when we are working with facings, we need to make sure we're always removing the edge stitch, which is the understitch, further than the actual seam that we undo. So if I know I need to take in about 1 inch up here, I actually want to seam rip about 2 inches so I have something to work with when we flip it inside out, and then I'm going to remove that understitch even further. So when tailoring, you need to make sure you are always removing that understitch more than the actual seam that you are seam ripping. Otherwise, things will not sew back together nicely. So if you are having problems with things sewing back together, there's a good chance you didn't remove the understitch further than the seam. And that understitch is that little stitch that you can see right here. It looks insignificant, but it's actually very significant. So now it's time to start seam ripping. And since I need to take in, it looks like a little over 1 inch, I need to make sure I am seam ripping beyond that. And your facing's always going to be tacked down or it could be sewn down at the side. So first you need to find where it's tacked down and remove that so that way you can get it to lift up. A facing is kind of like a waistband on the inside of the garment. So you can see that this flips up. It kind of looks like a waistband if it flips up, but it's meant to be on the inside of the garment. So it's called a facing. So now that we can lift this up, we can get into the seam here and start removing the stitches. And it looks like I've got a serge to remove, a seam, and an understitch. So there's a lot of little stitches here to start removing. So I've seam ripped the top of the skirt here, so the facing is now separate from the skirt. And again, notice I did not remove the whole thing. I just removed a little bit beyond where I need to take it in, and I removed that understitch further than the seam. And now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So both of the side seams here are seam ripped where the facing is. And now what we need to do is double check and make sure our skirt is going to remain balanced when we take it in, because I know I pinned a little uneven and that naturally just happens. So let's double check our measurements on both sides where the pins were and even it out. So now we need to make sure everything is balanced. So at the top here, when I measure 3/4 of an inch in from the seam, and on this side I had a 1/2 inch. So what we do is we add those two together, we divide by 2, which gives me 5/8. So now I know I need to rebalance this and come in 5/8 on each side, so that way the skirt stays nice and even and balanced. And I'm going to do the same thing over here on this side, coming out 5/8 of an inch from the seam. And now I'm going to do that every 2 or 3 inches down the entire length of my skirt to make sure it's perfectly balanced. So I've evened out both sides and I've connected all my dots. So I've blended to the points I need to blend to, and I've trued everything. And you can see here, I had a chalk mark out here, but you know what? We need it to be blended and smooth. So I'm gonna go with this blended smooth line. You can always take it in more, try it on. If you really do want to bring it in that much more, you can. But I think that this looks like a nice smooth transition into the seam, so I'm going to keep this chalk line I have here. So we also need to mark our facing. So because we took in the top waist 5/8 of an inch on the skirt, it means we also have to take in the facing piece 5/8 of an inch. Now, something to take into consideration is how long is your facing and how long did you take in the skirt for 5/8 of an inch? Can you just take in your facing 5/8 of an inch all the way down? Do you need to angle it out? Do you need to angle it in? So you need the same shape that's at the top of your skirt to be replicated on the length of your facing. So since mine's a high-waisted skirt that's straight and then it forms the hip, I can just take mine in 5/8 of an inch down the entire facing piece. So now it's time to go over to the sewing machine and sew it up. First, I'm going to sew up the skirt right along that chalk line I created. And since I'm blending into the seam, I need to make sure that I cross over or go right into the existing seam, and then I can add my back stitches. So I have my facing folded right sides together. My seams are open, so anywhere that was folded up from sewing it before, I have everything flat open. My original seam to the facing is over here. I have it lined up with 5/8 and I need to take it in 5/8 so it's going to match the skirt. And now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side of the skirt. So now I have both of the sides of the skirt sewn up and the facing pieces. So now what we need to do is remove some of the excess and finish our edges. And since the edges on this were serged, I'm going to remove my excess with scissors and then I will serge the edges. And then after that, we put the facing back to the skirt. So stay tuned for how to do that. I'm going to chop some off, but make sure you're leaving seam allowance. So I'm going to leave about a 1/2 inch on mine. So I don't need to chop off a ton, but just enough so it's not like too bulky on the inside when we're wearing it. So that's for the side seam. And then up here for the facing, we're going to do the same thing. We want to chop off that excess up there. And now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So I've serged my edge. That way I have a nice clean finish. If you don't have a serger, you could zigzag it or overcast it. I've also ironed open the seams on the facing to prevent bulk when we're sewing it back to the skirt. Now it's time to sew the facing to the skirt. Now, if you measured and sewed everything properly, the length of your skirt waist should be the same length as the facing. So these two here should be the same length and they're going to fit together beautifully. So we're going to take them and we're going to fold them right sides together. We're going to line up the seam on the facing with the seam on the skirt. And we're going to pin it together. You can add a few more pins. Now, the key to making this work is making sure we're starting in the existing seam over here, sewing our new seam, and ending in the existing seam. And if you can't see the seam, that means you need to undo your understitch further. So we're going to be sewing from end to end, and make sure you're following the existing seam allowance that's there. So I'm starting the existing seam, and I'm following the existing seam allowance, which is 3/8 on here. Backstitch when you get to the other existing seam on the other side. Double check for any holes. It should be nice and secure, and your facing seam should line up with your side seam there perfectly. Now I'm going to pin and sew the other side the exact same way. So we're going to be adding the understitch next, and you can see where the understitch is on the skirt and where it's not, because where it's not looks kind of bubbly. So what the understitch is it's an edge stitch very close to the edge on the facing, and we take the seam allowance and we push it towards the facing, and we make sure we're sewing down that seam allowance to the facing. And what it does is it takes the outside of the skirt and rolls it towards the inside, helping keep it under, hence an understitch. And you're going to do that to both sides of the skirt. So I have my stitch positioned for the understitch. I've got my seam allowance pushed towards the facing. And we're going to start right where we left off, that you can see where we stopped seam ripping, and we're going to add a few back stitches so it stays nice and secure. And then I'm going to continue down to the other side where I also stopped seam ripping. So come into the existing stitches by a few, and then add your back stitches and take it out. And now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So now I have the understitch there, and you can see how it's pulling to the inside. I didn't even iron it yet. So that stitch is so important to make sure you add back to any project you remove it from. And now this flap here, the facing, we need to make sure that we are going to tack it down just how we found it. So we just pull back a little bit of the facing, and we're going to take the two little seam allowance bits, and we can just tack them together. So just pull the little seam allowance bits out, and we're just literally going to tack this together with the sewing machine. You could even do it by hand if you like. So I've got the seam allowance to the facing, the seam allowance to the skirt here, overlap, and I'm just going to add a handful of stitches here to tack it together. It doesn't even need to be that whole facing piece, just a bit at the bottom here. So that's tacked together. So now the facing doesn't want to pop up. And now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. We've finished our skirt. Look at how amazing it actually fits now. So throughout this process, what you learned was taking in the skirt, removing a bit of the facing, taking in the facing, and making it fit back into the skirt. So you can see that everything in the waist here is super smooth. Everything is blending and going together beautifully. So it doesn't look like you altered it at all, and it just happens to fit you like a glove. So by following these steps, you too can have professionally tailored clothing that you tailored. Talk about empowering. Thank you so much for watching Sew Anastasia today. If you have any questions, leave it down below in the comments, and I will get back with you as soon as I can. And if you enjoyed the video today, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know when all the new tutorials come out. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for watching today. And I would love to know what other kinds of alteration tutorials you would like to see. So make sure you leave that down below in the comments as well. And if you want to learn more about sewing, make sure you check out my online and in-person classes here in Chicago. What? So cool. And we also have an online sewing club where you get a pattern every month along with tutorials and access to our Discord. So make sure you check out all the links down below for all that good sewing fun. Thank you so much for watching today. Bye!